Happy hobby. Once again, David got us. We're going to do a 4-card blind reveal CSG grading this time. I've never sent anything into CSG before. I've heard a lot about them. I want to try them out. We got a little bit of everything in this one. We have 2 baseball cards, 1 football card, 1 basketball card. We have a vintage card, 1972. I don't know if you count that as vintage or not around the border. We have some recent cards, paper. We have rookies, baseball rookie. We even have a chromium card we're going to take a look at. Now, none of these cards are super valuable on their own or graded, but they're pretty good cards. I have a Bob Greasy from 1972 Topps. I have a Chipper Jones rookie, Topps 1991, I believe. I have a De'Aaron Fox rookie Donruss Optic, but it's a red and yellow, so it's a parallel of the normal Donruss Optic. And I also have a Cabrian Hayes, another parallel. It's the 1965 throwback, so I'm excited to take a look at that. It's a really good looking card. I'm excited to see how it looks in this slab. So why did I send cards into CSG for grading? Certified Sports Guarantee. Guarantee. I'm into it. I want to try them out. I've heard a lot about them. They're not PSA right now. PSA is the upper level. BGS seems to be that second tier. SGC closing in quickly. And then right behind them, I think CSG is also picking up some steam. So what we're going to do is I'm going to review the history of this company real quick. We're going to talk about what they do and why they should be good at grading. I'm going to look at each of the cards. I'm going to go over what we've heard about these graded cards, the pros, the cons, what's good, what's bad, what people like, what they don't like. And then we'll get into the graded cards themselves. We'll take a look. I got the box right here. It just came into me. It's a little troubling. Is that good? Should you hear that when you slip? I'm guessing it's not the slabs because it would be a little louder, but it sounds like they sent me some goodies in here, so I'm excited about that. We'll get into that. After we look at the graded cards, we're going to talk about the pros, the cons, what I think of CSG, and then I'm looking forward to hearing your comments of what you think of CSG and whether or not you've ever sent some in before, or if you're going to send some in, what you're looking for. So why did I send cards into CSG for grading? First, I want to just educate myself. I wanted to check them out myself, see what I thought. And I want to educate our viewers, give you an idea of what these things are like, show them to you, see what they look like, see how they feel, give you an idea of what my opinion is of them, but also so you can see them yourself. Some of the other reasons I sent these cards in because they're mostly duplicates. So I have these other cards that if I do want to send in for grading, I can send them in for PSA or one of the other companies. But I thought these would be good cards for CSG for a couple different reasons. Some of them, the CSG label is a little green. It has a green color to it. So I thought, oh, maybe we could color match some. We'll see on that. We'll see on that. In retrospect, some of the colors I chose, like the Miami Dolphins, it's more of an aqua. I'm sure somebody's going to be like, how would you possibly think that would color match? I don't know. Come on. So what we do know about CSG, it was established in 2005 originally. The company that owns them is Certified Collectibles Group. They do coins, they do paper, they do stamps. They do a whole bunch of stuff, and they were founded in 2005. So if you're keeping score, PSA was founded in 1991. They were first. BGS was founded in 1995, SGC 1998, and then Certified Collectibles Group was founded in 2005. Now, they didn't start grading sports cards until this year, so they're actually a little new to it. But what they did was pretty interesting. They went and hired 2 Beckett Grading Services graders to come over. These 2 guys have over 30 years of experience, so they hit the ground running. They knew what they were doing. So I'm feeling this isn't going to be too crazy, but I am interested in seeing what we're going to get. So some of the things that I have heard about CSG slabs. 1, they're too tall. So I have a display case. They might be too tall for that, so we'll see about that. 2, the color of the sticker, which I already mentioned, a little green, it's not popular. It's not a popular sticker, so we'll get into that a little bit. And the third thing is, because of those first 2 things, the resale on them might not be as great. So we're going to talk about that resale also. We'll get into all that after I look at my graded cards and see how I did. Hopefully I did pretty good. I think I got a couple 9s in here, possibly a 10. We'll see. I'm pretty sure I also got one. The Bob Greasy is going to be a little bit lower, but I can live with it. The other thing that I have heard about CSG is their grading is very tough. So we'll see about that. You know, a lot of people talk about they want their grading companies to be really tough on their cards. I don't. I want my grading companies to be tough on the cards that I'm buying from other people. Be tough on their cards. But on my cards, hey, man, it's cool. You can give me a 9 on this one. That's okay, brother. Anyway, that's me. So one thing I did want to mention, which is pretty cool, CSG has a grading kit that you can buy from their website, and it has a shipping box where you can put up to 150 different cards in there, 2 foam inserts, some bubble wrap, a pack of 100 CSG card sleeves, 50 semi-rigid card holders. It even comes with a CSG pen right there. It comes with a sticker. They send you a sticker. I don't know what to do. This guy has too much hair for me, but that's just me. It's a pretty cool kit, actually. It does set up someone who's never graded cards. It's really nice. It actually has everything they need, and it has a little piece of paper that explains what to do and how to pack your cards to get graded. Then you pack it on that box and ship it out. So it's pretty cool. You can actually probably just use the same thing if you wanted to ship to another company. Although it does have CSG on the sleeves, so I'm sure another company would be like, oh, all right. I'll downgrade you a couple just for using somebody else's sleeves. I don't know if they do that. Okay, so let's get into these slabs and see what I got. It's one more. I don't know what that is. That's scary. All right, so we're going to get into this right now. I got my trusty Wisconsin knife. Let's go. If you've ever done breaks, the guys at Twitter at Wisconsin, they do a great job. That's who I do most of my breaks with. Let's see. Oh, there goes that one. Let's get some over here. Okay, so let's open this up. That's a pretty awesome, legit little setup here. I like this. The packing list. I'll put that over here. Okay, so we'll pull these 4 slabs out. Not revealing. Very cool. We got the iron fox on the back. Oh, I pulled the separators out. Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool. Okay, I'll just deal with that later. All right, so the first one, we got Deer and Fox. I mentioned this before already. I had this as we'll use their little sticker guy here as our cover. And I think the grade's going to be on this side. I had this as a CSG 9. It's a pretty clean looking card. We'll see. Again, I do like the Deer and Fox. We'll see a little dusty. Man, this acrylic's pretty nice though. Nice feel to it. All right, so I guess the PSA, see, I wonder how many times I was going to do that. CSG 9, what did I get? A 9. All right, so it's a nice start. That's what I was hoping for. Well, I was hoping for a 10, but a 9 is a very good start. It's a very clean card. I like Deer and Fox a lot. Let's see if I can get these set up here in my little number 2. All right, this is the Cabrian Hayes that I mentioned. This is a throwback 1965. This one I was guessing was a 10. It was a pretty clean looking card. The corners all look great. The centering I thought was good. So we'll see. Where's my little guide? Okay, throw it over here. All right, so we'll flip this over. You see on this back side here, it does have a hologram for counterfeiting, to make sure there's no counterfeiting. It's a really clean slab. It's got a little dust and residue and such. I don't know if you can see, but there's a you can see the scales, like their some do their, I believe it's their logo. All right, but I just love that look of that card, man. That is nice. I was hoping this was a 10, so this would be a big one if I can get a 10 here. 9. 9's good. 9's good. They said they were tough graders. I heard they were tough graders. Let's see, wait till we get to the Bob Greasy. That's gonna be some tough grading. If those are 9s, it's gonna be a tough one. All right, so here we go. We got Bob Greasy right here. 1972 tops. We'll do the same thing. We'll flip this over, take a look. All right, 1972 tops. It's a nice card. It's a little, let's see. It's bouncing around a little bit loose in there. Oh, I got a dinged corner there. Okay, so this is, I don't remember that dinged corner in there, so that's definitely going to take a notch off. So I initially said a 7, so this is probably going to be more like maybe a 6, 5. Let's see what we got. 6.5. All right, well, I guess the 7, so it's not too far off. That corner definitely does some damage. But anyways, I was trying to get a nice color match with that green, with their aqua. Green grass, that matches the color? Okay, maybe not. All right, my last one. This is the Chipper Jones. See what done Chipper? It's the 1990, 1991 tops. And this was his #1 overall pick card. Let's see, I do it here. Yeah, he was the #1 draft pick of the previous year. I like this one. I guessed it was going to be a 9. It does look a little off center from top to bottom. You know, it's interesting. This one has borders on the inside, and the Bob Gracie one didn't. It was just kind of running loose. So that's interesting. I wonder why that is. All right, so let's see. I was hoping for a 9. Let's see what I got here. 8, 1 under. Okay. All right, so I didn't get any super hits on this, any super excitable moments of 10, we're going, let's go, we're going. Nothing. It was just 8, 2 9s, and a 6.5, and that's the way it ends. So let's see. Looking at these slabs though, well, a little cardboard I got to clean off of these, which isn't that big of a deal. But I do like the slabs. Very, very clear. The acrylic itself is a very clean acrylic, and I think you'll agree those look nice. I think the Cabrian Haze now see that green isn't as minty as I thought it was going to be. Like, that's actually not too bad. It actually goes really well with the border on this Topps card. So actually that looks the sharpest. The only thing that doesn't look sharp is that this doesn't look like a 10. It looks more like a 9. Not the best. The other thing that bugs me is guarantee. It drives me nuts that they spell guarantee like that. It counts. You can still spell guarantee like that. Just not a big fan of that. But all right. Well, let's see. That's what we got. All right. So I hit 2 9s, a 6.5, and an 8. I was hoping for 2 9s, a 10, and a 7. So I missed my mark a little bit. That's on me for pre-grading. I pre-graded less, a little too confidently, I guess I should say. So let's talk about these slabs a little bit. So let's look at first the pros, what I like about the CSG slabs. The acrylic is really nice. That's probably the best of all of them. I think that is probably the best so far. I also like the low price. You can't beat the low price, especially right now. CSG is at $20 for economy, which you do have to pay $25 for the annual membership, and then you can start grading cards after that. What's interesting though is with that membership, for 25 bucks, you do get a $15 voucher for the shipping kit that normally costs 20 bucks. So for like 30 bucks, I guess it comes down to, you get your annual membership so you can start grading, but then you also get a shipping kit with a whole bunch of stuff in there. A lot of supplies that I still have left over. The shipping box that I shipped to them and I don't have anymore. But all the other stuff, a lot of the other stuff I still have and I'll be using. The speed of service is also fantastic. Right now they say their economy service, which is what I sent this in on, $20 per card, was supposed to be 66 days is how far they're pushed out. I sent this in on November 4th, got them back on December 15th. That's a pretty good turnaround. That ends up being like 29 work days, I believe. So that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. So those are the pros. Those are pretty good pros in my opinion. Some of the cons, I think, the label, I'm not a huge fan of the label. I do agree that this color, the color green, let's see if I can deal with that. It's not too, let's see. Yeah, you can see it right there. The color green, I'm not crazy about it because in sports, like the colors of all the different teams and all the different sets and everything, I don't know, something about just having that green label pulls you away from the card itself. Now, I understand why they have a color on it. I mean, these guys are grading a lot of different stuff. They're grading comic books. They're grading coins. They're grading currency. They're grading cards, everything that starts with C. They're grading Crackers, they're grading cribbage games. I don't know. Anything that starts with C, that's what they do. But each of these different things has a different logo, purple and then blue, and then this happens to be green. Now this green would have made more sense on the currency, but then again, maybe we're the only ones with green bills, so maybe it's not would have been great. But at any rate, green just happened to be what was up next for the card grading. To me, had they made it black, had they done that logo in a black logo, let's see, that label in the black, that would have been tight. That would have been really nice. But they didn't. I do think it's something that enough people complained about that I can see in the future that they will make this change at some point, not necessarily to black, but to something else, because I do think it is a deterrent for people sending cards in to get graded through them. As I mentioned, I don't like that it says guarantee and how they spelled it. I'm just not a fan of that, but I'm also a writer, so when I see stuff like that, it makes my eye twitch. Even though it's right, it's technically that is one way you can spell guarantee. I'm not a big fan. Another common objection I heard about these slabs were that they were too tall, that they looked too big. They weren't going to fit. So I have like a display case, and I was worried that these cards wouldn't fit in my display case. Turns out they're actually the same size of the PSA slabs. So you see that's there, right there. It's my PS. It's the same size. So they do fit in my display case. Even more interesting, the SGC ones are actually a little bit bigger than the CSG. So SGC is actually a little bit taller, but all three of them fit in my display case, and that's all I really cared about. So I'm happy with that. Another thing people talk about is that the resale on these is not great. My point to you is these were a lot of PC slabs for me. Like these are going in my personal collection, so I don't really care about the resale right now. I could see in the future these selling better. To be honest with you, like especially since this is a company that's been around forever, they're definitely known for grading things. Like they do coins and comic books with their shipping kit. Like it's pretty obvious they're set up for the long haul. They're going to be around a while, so I think these will eventually catch up to the other guys as far as resale value. One thing I want to point out is you can get subgrades on these, which a lot of people do want the subgrades. It's important to them to see that if the centering's 10, that's a big deal. That's a really big deal. I did not get the subgrades on this, but let me get so it's not too bright. So it'd be like right there is where the subgrades would be come across right there. So it leaves a little white space. I don't mind the white space, to be honest with you. I think the tallness of the sticker people have problem with. Honestly, I don't have any problem with it. It doesn't look bad to me. But to get subgrades, that's a bonus. You could get that. I think it's an extra $10 a card if you wanted to get subgrades added on. But that will help your resale value. So it's $20 to get graded in the economy, and it's even cheaper if you want to do a bulk submission. But the $20 and then add on $10 for the subgrades, and then that's $30 for subgrades. That's pretty good. For me, I don't really care that much about the subgrades because, again, a lot of these are my personal collection. Also, two of the most popular grading companies, PSA and SGC, don't do subgrades, and they seem to sell pretty good. So I'm not too worried about not having subgrades on my card. Something else I wanted to point out, because we're talking about resale value, is you can do a crossover. You can send, if you think a card came in from PSA or SGC or BGS and you think it's undergraded, you can send that to CSG to get put into a CSG slab. But here's the interesting part. They're going to review it before they crack that slab. And they're going to review it to determine if they think that it will be a higher grade than what's in the slab. If they don't think it's going to be a higher grade, they're not going to crack it and they'll send it back to you. They will still charge you the grading fee, but that's important. So you could, if you got one you think is undergraded, you could send it over to CSG and possibly get a better grade on it. So right there, that's going to take your resale value a little bit higher than what it was. Like for instance, a Ja Morant Prism rookie. Let's say it's a SGC 9 right now, is $40. If you think it's undergraded, if you think it should be a 10, or higher, you send over CSG. A CSG 9.5 is $60. So right there, the resale value is a little bit better. Now, obviously, you paid for the crossover charge, but it was a chance at a 10 that could have been even higher. So I think that's important. As far as CSG grading, pretty tough. They graded probably what it should have been. I probably graded a little bit confident, pre-graded a little confidently. But overall, I think they did all right. So thanks for joining us. Please hit like and subscribe to my channel. You'll see more videos like this. I break boxes open. I look through cards. I'll do some more grading reveals. I have a lot more cards still out there waiting to get graded to come in. I talk about the pros and the cons of the different companies. And also, I like to just talk about the hobby itself and give my opinion on what I think is going on with the hobby. So hit like and subscribe. Outside of this phase, what's not to like? So hit like and subscribe, please. And most importantly, have a happy hobby.